Hey everyone. So, this is Shawn the Wonder here, and I'm here to talk about E3 2018. So, it started off with EA's conference, which I missed. I was busy doing some other shit, but I wasn't worried about it because I know E3 is usually, EA usually has the worst conference every year. And by the sound of what I saw on the internet, the sound of what I heard on the internet or what I saw on the internet, whatever shit. I didn't miss much anyway. They usually just show a bunch of sports games and other bullshit I don't care about, and they hardly ever have anything I'm interested in. I think Star Wars Battlefront from last year, that was like the only thing I saw that I liked last year. Now moving on from them, we go to Microsoft, who showed us just a lot of stuff you could probably play on PlayStation and PC too. I know new Forza. I probably won't play, but it seemed interesting, the concept with weather changes, with seasonal changes in the gameplay. I probably need to watch that trailer, that segment again, but I wasn't sure if you can like switch the seasons on the fly during races. I think they did mention that you can freeze water, like there's like a lake nearby you could freeze and you could drive over that. But there seems like there could be a lot of potential in having like seasonal changes in a mid race. Other than that, they showed off the new Gears 4. Usually I used to be hyped for Gears like way back when the first one was announced, but over the years I just stopped caring about it less and less. Yeah, but this one I might try and play, but I don't have an Xbox One, and I actually, honest to truth, I probably still won't play it because that's not enough for me to buy Xbox One. It's just not. Oh, they also opened up with a new Halo called Halo Infinite, which I'm still surprised by. I didn't even know that Halo was still running like that. I think the last time I remember hearing a lot about Halo was Halo 3 ODST or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I recall a lot of buzz about it. I just found a little while ago there was a Halo 4 and a 5, I think. Yeah, crazy. I didn't even know about that shit. Other at Microsoft, they showed. I think they announced that first time that Kingdom Hearts 3 would be coming to the system. I think this the conference where they showed the Frozen trailer for it. Could be wrong, but that looked pretty good as well. We now know that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming in January 2019, if it doesn't get delayed again. We've been waiting for this shit for like ever. I've been waiting for that shit since like Kingdom Hearts 2. Other than that, don't think Microsoft showed off all that much. I think they showed that little Fox game that looks sort of like Zelda. That might have been somebody else's conference, but I thought that looked cute. Something I might play. Other than that, not much else to talk about from Microsoft. We also had Square Enix. I think they were next after that. Yeah. Now Square Enix, I was excited for. I remember like a while back they said it had a lot to announce for Final Fantasy this year. But honestly, their conference was short as hell and disappointing. You didn't even see anything but Final Fantasy 14 related. I think there's supposed to be Final Fantasy 15 DLC, but I don't even think that was even shown at their conference. Yeah, we got another Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer from theirs, but they didn't show much. I think there was another one later on that showed Pirates of the Caribbean in it, but it wasn't at this conference. I don't think. I think it was at Sony's conference. Yeah, that looked good. There was nothing for Final Fantasy 7 there was nothing there for Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which is disappointing. Square Enix's conference was disappointing in general. We didn't get much of anything from them. They just let us know Octopath Traveler is still something that's about to come out. And they did show. I think they did show off Tomb Raider at the beginning of that. That segment was pretty good gameplay, but really, I just feel like Tomb Raider, this new take on Tomb Raider, I'm just not digging. The gameplay looks fun in this new one, but that's not really a want out of Tomb Raider. I never actually got to play the old Tomb Raiders at all. The only Tomb Raider I played and beat was the reboot. But I want to go back and play the PlayStation 1 games and probably a couple of the PS2 ones as well. But yeah, I'm just not digging new Tomb Raider. I'm gonna take Uncharted Lost Legacy whenever I get around to that and just treat that as like the new Tomb Raider. I really don't like the new Lara Croft's personality either. I know they're going with something different, but I just don't like it. Yeah, after that, nothing else to say about Square Enix. So I believe you had Bethesda or Ubisoft next. I'll just start off with Ubisoft. Ubisoft, they showed us Beyond. They opened up with Beyond Good and Evil, Beyond Good and Evil 2, I think. Another cutscene heavy trailer. Yeah, there was a lot of that this year, and that looked on whack. Oh, something else I forgot about Square Enix. They did show off. What the fuck was that? Some new brawler type game that started off as a live action trailer with this white guy beating up this two Latinos, and I think in an alley in New York City or whatever. First I had no clue what it was starting out, but once he started punching and it was like a street ball type thing, I felt like this was like a sequel to The Bouncer, but no, it was some game called The Quiet One. Yeah, but back at Ubisoft again. So Ubisoft, they showed us the trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2. We now see that Jade is in the game now, and she's apparently evil for some reason. We'll find out. I wasn't expecting Jade to be in this at all since he said it was a prequel, and I think they said it was supposed to be like years before the first game, but it's whatever. They showed off a brief amount of gameplay. It was all off screen though, so you couldn't really see it that well, but I could tell that the black girl in the trailers, you were able to play as her. I'm not sure if she'll be the only playable character, but it's dope seeing a playable black woman. Other than that, Ubisoft showed what did Ubisoft show other than this? Shit. Oh yeah, new Assassin's Creed. That shit looked dope. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So you can play as a man or a woman in this game. I think this is the first time ever in the series. The only time you have playable female character, I think, was only in spin-off titles like Liberation. That's the only one I know of. I'm not sure if other spin-off titles, but none of the main games actually had you play as a female character. And it's now take place in ancient Greece. It doesn't seem there's much assassin shit going on, but it's more of it sounds like you're more just playing a Spartan warrior during this periodic age, but that's okay. I still haven't even played Assassin's Creed yet. But first game will probably be Origins. Yeah, I need to catch up on that, but I'm definitely going to get Odyssey whenever I get the opportunity to play it. Other shit at Ubisoft's conference, I don't remember much, but I was a little disappointed to find out that Aisha Tyler didn't make it this year. Because once again, Reggie was like the only person of color at the E3 conference, at the conferences this year. Even though I really don't find Aisha Tyler that funny, it's just E3 is in desperate need of some color in there. It's just always white dudes and a bunch of and then you have your Japanese game devs as well. On another side, no, I just wonder what would like a black E3 conference look like, but that's another topic. Leaving off of that, we're going to Bethesda. They showed us some footage of Fallout 76. I didn't hear about this game before E3, but the way Todd Howard presented it made it sound like this was a game that they had previously announced. I guess I just missed that. He also announced that Fallout Shelter is coming out to Nintendo Switch and PS4. And that's good news for me because I'm broke as hell right now and I get to play it for free on PS4. So that's good. Other than that, on Nintendo, on Bethesda, Shit, I don't remember Bethesda showing off much else. They showed off a new Elder Scrolls, but it's just an online. No, a mobile title. Yeah, they do have an online game too. I think they have an expansion for it, but the mobile title. Yeah, a lot of people are disappointed with that. Mm, I'm not invested in Elder Scrolls, so it didn't really matter much to me. Leaving from them, we go on to Sony. Sony had an okay conference. I was still hyped by some shit like the Resident Evil 2 trailer. That was fucking dope, but I feel like I would appreciate it more if I didn't know it was coming beforehand. It was leaks and shit. Um, yeah, that looked fucking dope. And I think we had that second or third Kingdom Hearts trailer with the Pirates of the Caribbean shown, and they showed the game called Control, which is that third person shooter with telekinesis abilities in it. I think there was an old game on PS1 or PS2 called PsyOps that sort of played like this. That looked pretty dope. I think I can't remember that little Fox game if that was Microsoft's or Sony's conference, but that game looked cute, as I mentioned earlier. Sony also showed off. Shit, what else did they show off? Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, that samurai game. That looked alright, I think. That looked pretty good actually. Yeah, pretty good actually. I'll probably get it. And they announced that there was going to be Japanese dual audio for that. So, uh, I'm excited for that. Usually, I'm not one who's always clamoring for Japanese audio and subs and dubs and all that, but this is one game I actually wanted in. There was also Neo 2 that was announced. Actually, I think that was at a previous conference. I don't think it was at this one. But I don't really care about Neo all that much. I had slight interest when the first one was announced, but it's whatever to me now. What else Sony showed off? I can't remember much else, anything important, but I was disappointed. We still didn't see anything of the Final Fantasy VII remake. Square Enix was just disappointing overall to me. Capcom showed. Oh yeah, there was the Devil May Cry sequel that they showed. I'm not invested. The graphics, I guess, it's just the character in the blue they had. I think it was the guy from 4. It just reminded me too much of the reboot they did a few years ago. But yeah, so now we're going up to Nintendo, and Nintendo's. Oh, I forgot. Devolver Digital. I watched that one. I didn't watch it last year, and I'm willing to go back and watch this because it was pretty funny, man. I can't lie. I was laughing my ass off on that. So Devolver Digital, they didn't show off that many games. I think there was this one pixelated side-scrolling game that had a lot of shooting. It had a lot of crazy trick shots you can make with your bullets. That shit looked dope, but nothing else caught my eye. It was just mostly the presentation that I really liked. Yeah, things don't have to be. These conferences don't have to be so uptight all the time. That's one of my problems with E3. I love E3, but sometimes they can be uptight as hell, and it could end up making the presentations a little boring. Aside from that, shit. Yeah, I was going on for Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo didn't show off a whole lot. I think we only got one. They only announced like one new game for their system. I think. I think I remember saying Overcooked 2. I'm not sure if that's new or not. But Super Mario Party, I think, was the only new game we saw. And that's the game I just play with. I get around to it, I don't. I really don't give a fuck. But what they did show off was the new Smash Brothers that they teased early this year. I think back in January, February, something like that with their last direct. I didn't expect them to show off like every character in this game all at once. So yeah, they bringing back every character that's ever been in a Smash Brothers game. That's everybody who's in the original Melee, Brawl 4. They even brought Snake back, which I thought was never going to be a chance that he was going to come back. And they finally got Ridley. All these years, people have been asking for Ridley since like Brawl. We finally got Ridley. And Daisy's now a playable character too. And then Inkling, as we saw back in the previous direct. Other than that, yeah, Nintendo didn't show off the new Yoshi that was like 2 E3s ago, I think. That's supposed to have been. I'm not sure what's taking so long for them to make that Yoshi game, but we ain't hear shit about that at all. Or what else? Nintendo, no, nothing about Prime 4. No new Animal Crossing. It's overall all these conferences were a little disappointing this year compared to previous years, but I was still hyped as fuck overall with this year. The Treehouse was where we get the best part about either is actually the days after the conference because we get a lot of gameplay from upcoming titles. And what's different than previous years, a lot of these titles are coming out this year or the beginning of next year. Yeah, that's really cool. Of course, some games may end up being delayed. I have a feeling Kingdom Hearts 3 will be once again. And man, Final Fantasy VII Remake, it must be really far off since we still haven't heard shit from it yet. But yeah, the Treehouse is was dope. We get to see a lot of Smash Brothers Ultimate. And the Smash Invitational was pretty good. So this game looks like they did make a lot of changes to like the combat and whatnot, but it seems like updated 4 to me. That's why I think they were able to show off so much of this game already. I feel like they use a lot of assets from 4 in this. That's why there's a majority of the stages are still old stages in this game from 4 and on down. And we only got what, just two new characters? No, 3 new characters. Just Ridley, Inkling, and Daisy, who's an Echo character. That's the new term for the clone characters like Lucina, Dark Pit, and shit. But yeah, Smash 4 looks good though. I missed the Splatoon 2 tournament. I watched the first match of the Fortnite tournament, and that was pretty fun to watch. The Resident Evil 2 demo though, that's probably the highlight of E3 for me. That looked really, really good. This remake is going to make Resident Evil 2 feel fresh and new. I haven't played Resident Evil 2 in a few years, but I'm definitely going to get this game. Only thing I don't like is Leon's face in this. He got a butt chin now. He got a damn booty on his chin now. But yeah, it looks fucking dope. I think we have confirmation that Tofu and Hunk are going to return for the game as well, and they're gonna change the game up a bit. So I think they said Claire's campaign is gonna be different from Leon's. If you remember in the original, I played it on the N64. Their campaigns was basically identical with just slightly few changes in it, as I recall. You have scenario A and B, and they're doing away with those, I think. So yeah, the game is being overhauled from the ground up on us. It's gonna be a different experience while also still being familiar. And let's go Pikachu and Eevee. I'm probably not really gonna fuck with the game. I might get it. I still don't have a Nintendo Switch though, so shit. I probably won't get it anyway when it comes out, but I don't know. It looks too simplified for me. Even to the point where they force you to have a water or grass type when you go into Brock's gym. I don't know why they're forcing people to play with certain types. They might not want to use a water or a grass type when they go in that gym. But whatever. Probably won't end up playing it. New Starlight game, that looks pretty cool. Looks like a new Star Fox game. It's not made by by Nintendo, but you have Star Fox to play. You have Fox to play. Fox available to play in the game, so that's neat. I think that's about all I have to say about E3. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Soul Calibur 6 was shown off. It looks good. That's about all I can say. It looks like Soul Calibur. Yeah, and I don't think they showed off Mario Tennis Aces, but yeah, that's about everything I have to say about this year's E3. Yeah, just let me know in the comments below what you think of this year's E3. And just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Peace.